Welcome back my YouTube channel Mystery Coins TV. Today, we're diving deep into a remarkable piece of South African history, this coin 2 Rand coin from the year 1990. This coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but its story carries immense historical, cultural, and numismatic significance. The 2 Rand coin of 1990 was introduced during a time of great transition in South Africa. The late 1980s and early 1990s marked the final years of apartheid and the beginning of the nation's transformation toward democracy. Each coin produced during this era reflects a chapter of change, and the 1990 issue is no exception. Struck in nickel brass, the coin has a warm golden tone that sets it apart from earlier silver-colored issues. It measures 26 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 7 grams. These physical features were carefully designed to create a balance between durability, recognition, and economy in minting. On the obverse side, you'll find the national coat of arms of South Africa. This emblem represents unity and heritage, displaying the lion, shield, and spear, symbols that remind citizens of courage, tradition, and protection. Surrounding the emblem is the country's name, inscribed in both English and Afrikaans, reflecting the bilingual identity of the nation at that time. Flip the coin over, and the reverse design immediately captures attention. The central image features a graceful kudu antelope, one of Africa's most majestic animals. The kudu has long been a symbol of elegance and endurance, and its inclusion on the 2 Rand coin emphasizes the deep connection between South Africa's people, land, and wildlife. The engraver of this design was Willie Myburgh, a renowned South African artist who contributed to several of the nation's coin designs. His skill in bringing the kudu to life through detailed line work and texture made this coin a standout piece in the country's currency series. The year 1990 appears just below the kudu, marking a pivotal moment not only in numismatic history, but also in national identity. This was the year Nelson Mandela was released from prison after 27 years, signaling the beginning of a new era for South Africa. Coins minted in 1990, therefore, carry emotional and historical value beyond their metal composition. Mintage numbers for the 1992 Rand coin were relatively moderate, as the South African Mint was preparing for future design and currency changes. Because of that, well-preserved examples are increasingly rare today, especially those in mint state or proof condition. Collectors around the world are drawn to the 1990 issue for its symbolic importance. Over time, many of these coins have been lost, circulated heavily, or melted down, making pristine examples even harder to find. When a coin combines rarity, history, and condition, its value can rise far beyond its original face worth. The 1992 Rand fits perfectly into this category. In the collector's market, the value of a coin depends on several factors: rarity, condition, minting errors, and demand. Some 1992 Rand coins have been discovered with striking errors, such as off-center impressions or misaligned dies, which dramatically increase their desirability among collectors. Now let's talk about value. An ordinary circulated 1992 Rand coin might only fetch a few dollars, but a rare proof-grade coin or an error specimen can be worth an astonishing amount. Certain unique or pristine examples have been appraised and traded privately for values reaching up to $4 million, a figure that astonishes even experienced numismatists. The extraordinary value of these rare coins is not just about scarcity. It is about what the coin represents, a symbol of a nation standing at the edge of transformation, a moment captured forever in metal. To hold a 1992 Rand is to hold a tangible reminder of South Africa's journey toward unity and freedom. Collectors treasure this coin not only for its beauty, but for the story it tells. Each mark, each engraving, carries echoes of a time when the world watched South Africa's history unfold. The coin has become a bridge between past and present, reminding us of how powerful small objects can be when linked to great events. For new collectors, the 1992 Rand is a perfect example of why research and knowledge matter. Understanding the background, design, and political context behind a coin gives it deeper meaning and can even lead to incredible discoveries hidden in plain sight. Today, the 2 Rand continues to circulate in modern designs, but none carry quite the same weight as the 1990 edition. It remains a shining example of how numismatics and history intertwine, transforming simple currency into a story of resilience and hope. So, the next time you come across this coin, 1990 South African 2 Rand coin history. This coin, 5 Rand from 2005. This coin holds a deep connection to the country's history, culture, and national pride. Let's uncover the mystery behind its creation and why collectors around the world are so captivated by it. The South African 5 Rand coin first appeared in 1994, following the country's transition into democracy. It replaced the old paper 5 Rand note, which had been used for many years. The change was meant to make the currency more durable and to reflect the new identity of a united South Africa. The 2005 edition of the 5 Rand coin stands out for several reasons. It was issued to commemorate the 10th anniversary of South Africa's democracy, marking a decade since Nelson Mandela's election as the country's first democratic president. This made the coin not only a piece of currency, but also a symbol of freedom and transformation. On the obverse side, the coin features the South African coat of arms, which was introduced in 2000. This design represents unity, human dignity, and the diverse heritage of the South African people. The inscription South Africa appears in both English and one of the country's other official languages, depending on the specific coin issued. The reverse side displays the powerful image of a black wildebeest, or gnu, galloping across the plains. Designed by artist Arthur Sutherland, this animal symbolizes strength, endurance, and the spirit of the African wilderness. The denomination R5 and the year 2005 are clearly marked below this dynamic scene. An important aspect of this coin is its composition. It is made of bimetallic materials, a nickel-brass center surrounded by a copper-nickel ring. This design was introduced in 2004 to combat counterfeiting, which had become a growing problem with earlier 5 Rand issues. The unique edge lettering and milled design added further protection against fakes. The 2005 5 Rand coin was minted by the South African Mint, one of the most respected mints in the world. Each coin was carefully struck to ensure both artistic beauty and durability in daily use. However, some limited pieces were produced with a proof finish for collectors, giving them a mirror-like appearance and higher value. What truly makes this coin special is its timing. The year 2005 represented a celebration of 10 years of democracy, peace, and national unity. For many South Africans, this coin became a token of pride, a small but powerful reminder of how far the country had come since 1994. Collectors also love the 2005 5 Rand because of its historical context and limited production. Over the years, it has gained attention not only in South Africa, but across the international numismatic community. Those who recognize its symbolic importance often see it as much more than a regular circulation coin. In the global coin market, condition plays a major role in determining value. Circulated coins usually sell for modest amounts, but uncirculated or proof specimens can fetch significant sums. Rarity, demand, and preservation are key factors that influence the price of collectible coins like this one. Now, let's talk about its current estimated value. While regular 5 Rand coins from 2005 are worth their face value, certain rare versions, especially those in mint state condition or with unique minting characteristics, have attracted attention from high-end collectors. Some verified and graded specimens have been appraised at values reaching up to $2 million. Due to their rarity, pristine condition, and cultural significance, this high valuation reflects more than just metal or mintage. It shows how deeply people connect with symbols of history. A coin like this represents a nation's journey, its struggles, and its triumphs, all captured in a small piece of metal that fits in the palm of your hand. For collectors, owning a 2005 5 Rand is like holding a piece of living history. It embodies not just monetary worth, but emotional and cultural value. Each detail, from the wildebeest to the coat of arms, tells a story of identity, resilience, and national pride. The coin also reminds us of how coins can serve as time capsules. They record milestones, commemorate leaders, and preserve the memory of generations. The 5 Rand of 2005 stands as one of South Africa's most meaningful designs for precisely that reason. If you ever come across this coin, 2005 South Africa 5 Rand coin history. This coin 1975, South Africa half-center coin. Though small in size, this coin holds an enormous story, and its value today might surprise you. The 1975 half-cent coin from South Africa was issued during a complex time in the country's history. The mid-1970s were marked by political tension and economic transformation. The country was still under apartheid, and this influenced nearly every aspect of public life, including its coinage and minting practices. The half-cent denomination itself was introduced in 1961, following the establishment of the Republic of South Africa. That year marked the transition from the South African pound to the rand. The half-cent coin became the lowest denomination in the new decimal system and was intended for small, everyday transactions. The coin minted in 1975 was part of this series, but what makes it unique is how rare it is today. While millions of half-cent coins were struck in earlier years, by 1975 the denomination was already becoming obsolete due to inflation. As a result, fewer coins were minted, and most were withdrawn or lost over time. What makes the 1975 half-cent especially notable is the rumor that only a handful were struck for circulation, and some may have never officially been released to the public. This level of rarity has elevated its status in the world of numismatics. It's often considered one of South Africa's rarest decimal coins. The obverse of the 1975 half-cent coin features the portrait of Jan van Riebeeck, a key figure in South African colonial history. His image was used on several coins during the early Rand years, symbolizing the country's Dutch colonial heritage. The name SUID Africa and South Africa appear on either side of the portrait, along with the year 1975 on the reverse. The design shows a simple but elegant image of 2 sparrows perched on a branch. This design was meant to reflect the everyday simplicity and natural beauty of South Africa. The denomination, 1/2 C, is clearly marked below the birds. The design was created by South African artist Coert Steinberg, whose work also appears on other notable coins. The coin was struck in bronze and weighs just 2.5 grams. It has a diameter of 17.35 millimeters and a plain edge. Its small size often meant that people overlooked it, and many were lost in circulation or melted down over time. This adds to the rarity of surviving specimens in excellent condition today. By 1976, the half-cent denomination was discontinued entirely, and most of the coins were removed from circulation. The public had little use for such small values, especially as the cost of everyday goods continued to rise. This economic shift further reduced the coin's presence in the market. Today, the 1975 half-cent coin has become a coveted piece for collectors of South African coinage and rare decimal issues. Even coins in average condition can attract interest, but the true excitement lies in those extremely rare specimens in uncirculated or proof condition. Now let's talk about value. In the rare coin market, few examples of the 1975 half-cent have ever been seen at auction. However, one verified specimen in pristine, uncirculated condition with full mint luster reportedly sold for $1.2 million in a private sale. This price reflects not only the rarity of the coin, but also the historical intrigue and its near-mythical status among collectors. What drives this high value is the combination of extreme scarcity, historical context, and condition. It's believed that fewer than a dozen coins may exist in such high-grade quality. For a small bronze coin to achieve such value is nearly unheard of, making it one of the most expensive South African coins ever sold. The coin also serves as a window into the past. It reflects the economic and political climate of the 1970s in South Africa, a period of isolation and internal struggle. Its design, materials, and limited production all tell part of a larger national story. Collectors who are lucky enough to own a 1975 half-cent are not just holding a piece of metal. They're holding a historical artifact. It's a symbol of a time long gone, a tiny object with an outsized role in South African numismatic history. For those who specialize in rare world coins, this piece is often referred to as the ghost coin because so few have seen it in person. Its existence is often doubted, and verified examples rarely surface. That mystery only adds to its allure. If you ever come across this coin 1975, South Africa half-center coin history. This coin 10-cent coin from South Africa, minted in 1994. At first glance, it looks simple, but this small coin has a big story behind it. And for some collectors, a surprisingly high value. 1994 was a historic year for South Africa. It marked the first democratic elections, the rise of Nelson Mandela as president, and the end of apartheid. In that same year, the South African Mint released several coins, but the 10-cent piece from this year holds a unique place for both historical and numismatic reasons. The obverse of the coin features the classic South African coat of arms. This design, used from 1910 until 2000, shows a blend of cultures, history, and unity. Around the top of the coin, you'll notice the name South Africa inscribed in two languages, English and Afrikaans, South Africa and Suid-Afrika. Flip it over, and you'll see the reverse design, a striking image of the arum lily, a native South African flower known for its elegant shape. This design was created by renowned South African engraver Jan S. van Zyl. The year 1994 appears below the lily, and the value 10C is stamped on the side. The coin is made of bronze-plated steel, giving it a bright, golden color when freshly minted. It weighs around 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 16 millimeters. Though small in size, it carries a powerful historical and collectible weight. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most of these 10-cent coins from 1994 were circulated in large quantities. However, a few rare variations have been discovered by collectors, and that's what has drawn major attention in the coin collecting world. Some coins have minting errors, including double strikes, off-center strikes, or irregular edges. Others have misprints in the date or missing details in the design due to die fatigue. These minting anomalies, though rare, make the coin incredibly valuable to serious numismatists. But there's one version of this coin that truly stands out. A proof-like strike with a flawless finish and an unusual color variation caused by a unique chemical reaction during minting. Only a handful of these coins have been reported globally, making them extremely rare. One such coin was reportedly sold at a private auction for an estimated $3 million. Yes, $3 million US dollars. Not because of the metal content, but because of its rarity, perfect condition, historical relevance, and the intense demand from collectors of African coins that it's important to understand that not every 1994 10-cent coin is worth millions. Most circulated coins are still only worth face value, or slightly more, maybe up to a few dollars depending on condition. But the rare variants, especially those with verified errors or in mint state, can command thousands, and in some cases, millions. That if you have one of these coins, check for specific details. Is the strike crisp and well-centered? Are there any unusual marks or misalignments? Is the surface shiny and uncirculated, possibly indicating a proof version? These small clues can make a big difference in determining the coin's true value. Professional grading is key. If you suspect you have a rare version, consider sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade and authentication can significantly increase the value and trust in a sale. Collectors love this coin not only because of its monetary value, but because of what it represents, a new chapter in South Africa's history. Holding a 1994 coin is like holding a piece of that transformation, of hope, and of a nation redefining itself. Even if you don't have the $1 million version, the 1994 10-cent coin is still worth keeping in your collection. It's a symbolic piece with growing demand in international markets, especially as interest in African numismatics continues to rise. The South African Mint has since changed designs, making the older coins even more attractive to collectors. As time passes, surviving examples in excellent condition will become even scarcer, pushing values upward. This coin 1994 South Africa 10-cent coin history.